Yeah. Nobody viewing. What else is there? Oh yeah, I know. Ugh. Well, I got one viewer, so see if anybody else jumps on before I start. Got two viewers, so I am doing awesome, Steve. How are you this afternoon? Welcome to the 2 p.m. coffee break, where we talk about motorcycles, hot rods, and whatnot, whatever. We got Daytona Bike Week coming up in oh, a little over a week. Starts on, well, actually, a little over a month. Starts on February 28th, which is a Friday, and it ends on Sunday, March 9th. Looking forward to getting over there and maybe meeting some people. It's only about a 3 hour drive. Me and my creaky chair, my big old coffee mug. This is my second attempt at a live broadcast. I was kind of hoping some of my subscribers would jump in, but most people work. They're not retired like me. So our Florida winter has finally went away. We got beautiful temperatures in the low 70s today. Our winter actually broke yesterday. I mean, Saturday morning we had a low of 33, and Sunday wasn't too bad. Sunday was 40, and then yesterday afternoon was gorgeous, and here we are today, another gorgeous day, and we're gonna, geez, by the end of the week we'll most likely have the AC running. So yeah, it is kind of hard to talk to myself. Well, the dog is talking to me. It is kind of hard to talk to myself, but I don't have any questions popping up. So feel free to ask questions. I'm open to just about anything under the sun. Any of my true viewers ride motorcycles, own a hot rod, like motorcycles, like hot rods? I got one viewer now. I scared somebody away. I had a 22 RTL, top of the line, and I put 14,440 miles on it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I hated it from the moment I drove it out of the dealership. It was it was just not my cup of tea. And to be honest with you, I could drag my wife over here before she gets too comfortable. She absolutely hated it. I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, it was miserably hot all the time. I mean, literally. I mean, I always constantly had to check the seat to make sure the seat warmer wasn't on because that's how hot it was in the summertime. And well, 14,440 miles. I'm pretty sure I should have been quite used to it. I put a lot of money into it. I put the Baja Ron sway bar on it. I put the Elkhart shocks on it. I just could not get used to the handling. I put car tires on it. It just I could not get rid of it fast enough and go back to two wheels. I really couldn't. I mean, not everything is for everybody, and that was not for me. And let me say this: was it a good machine? Yes, but it also had a lot of downfalls. I mean, it had a, I mean, 8,000 miles and the rear tire was completely burnt out and almost to the cords. And seeing where I ride, 14,000 plus miles a year, there's no way I was going to be putting on two rear tires a year at, close to, what was it? Seeing where I brought them my own tire, they still charged me $310 to install it. Yeah, well, no, I understand. Yeah, I see that. I mean, 1,000 miles to get used to it, but I mean, I'm talking 14,000 miles, and I mean, I could make it. I mean, I could drive it and ride it. I had no problem with that. It's just that I did not like it. Period. I did not like the seating position. I did not like the flat floorboards. And yeah, I put the what was it, the La Monster highway pegs on there, and it was just, no, just wasn't me. I had the backrest, blah, blah, blah. I forget the name of the company windshield. I think it was Freedom Windshields. No, I don't think it was Freedom Windshields. I can't think of the name of the company, but they were out of California. Put a different windshield on it. I put fatter hand grips on it, bar end weights, everything. Nope, just didn't like it. Wasn't my thing. But I will admit it was a good machine. Yeah, that's what I currently have now. If you check out my channel and some of my videos, I have a Harley Street Glide and I've put a tour pack on it and I've done some other things to it. And one of the one things I do I now I bought it pre-owned and it has ape hangers on it and I despise ape hangers. Ape hangers, nope, they're not for me. I need to get a nice set of T-bar set up so I can be a little bit aggressive with it. Or I need to find a set of factory handlebars because I don't like ape hangers. This is nonsense to be honest with you. And plus they're extremely wide. I mean from bar end to bar end they're 46 inches. I need somewhere in the 30-inch mid range as far. But man, no, I mean, yeah, I get it. I mean, I don't know your age. I mean, I'm going on 66 years old, and I mean, I can still back the bike up with my wife back. So I mean, my legs and back are pretty strong, but to each their own. I mean, how many miles have you put on your Spider? Okay, 63. You're still a young guy. Still a young guy by today's standards. Yeah, I'll be 66 in what? I'll be 66 in April. So. What year is it? How long have you owned it? Oh, okay. All right. Let me ask you a question. Do you follow Coach Bob, CB, otherwise known as CB3? He's a big spider owner, and he's actually a Can-Am Spider ambassador. If you want, I'll drop a link in the chat. So oh, you do? Awesome. He's phenomenal. I met him in person. He's the real deal. We had lunch together up in oh, I can't think of the little town we had up. It's between it's a little bit south. I think it was can't think of the name of the little town. It's a little bit south of Perry, Florida. We had lunch. I'm in Florida, and I took a little bit of vacation up at Cedar Key, and kind of connected with him, and we chose a place to have lunch, and it was I don't know, it was about 75 miles for him. It was about 50 miles for me, so kind of split the difference. And I'll tell you, Coach Bob is the real deal. If you ever get a chance to meet him, do so. Yeah, Virginia's cool. Hey, Eagle, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. Hey, if you guys could hit the like button, that would be awesome. It would give that YouTube algorithm a little tickle. Yeah, I can't see when the, oh, okay. I don't know why, but there was 0 likes, and now all of a sudden I have two. So that's that. Hey, Steve, have you heard about the back of the Dragon big rally they have up in I think it's July. I think Evil Rick knows the dates of that for the big back of the Spider rally. I can't remember the name of it. It has some kind of weird acronym initials, and me and my dyslexia don't do good with acronyms. Yeah, okay. Okay, now away, that ain't bad. Yeah, I'm planning on a trip up to Maine this year, and I was shooting for the third week of June to leave here, but now that I've looked at a calendar and see that June actually has 5 weeks in it this year, I am going to go up. Here you go. Evil Rick's got it. It's called the VAM. I don't know what that stands for. I think I'm shooting to leave on the actual last week of June, and hopefully I can make it up to Fancy Gap, Virginia. I think that's it. Yeah, Fancy Gap, and that's about 720 miles from me. That would be a good day's ride. And then from yeah, I know it's somewhere in the 10th of July area there, Evil. Actually, I have the dates jotted down right here. It's July 7th to the 13th is the VAM, the Virginia Area Motorcycle Meetup. Yeah, it's July 7th to the 13th. Yeah, so when I leave, like I said, I'd like to make it up to Fancy Gap, and then from Fancy Gap, I'd like to at least get up to another long day would get me up to Port Jarvis, New York. Not that I want to stay in New York, but somewhere around there. And then the second day, then the third day, from there to my brother's house up in Maine is probably 5 easy hours. And then I'd probably spend 3 weeks up there in Maine. The Marvin Mountain Trails meetup? Where is that? I have never heard of that. I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can read this text. See if I can Google Marvin real quick. See what that says. Would it help if I could spell? Google doesn't give me anything for Marvin. Yeah, I can't find anything on the Marvin Mountains Mount Trails meetup. Google doesn't give me anything. Yeah, you know something? I have Cyclefish website loaded on my computer, and I don't think it likes my computer because every time I log onto it, it gives me a 404 error. So, Evil Rick, what do you ride? I didn't catch that earlier on six broadcast. Squeaky chair is gonna drive me crazy. That's funny. Cyclefish comes right up on the phone, but it doesn't work on my computer. Interesting. All right, Steve. Thanks for checking in. Have a great day. Peace. Yeah, Cyclefish doesn't have anything either. Not that I can see. 96,000 miles on the Goldwing? That's impressive. What year? Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, my '03 Harley Road Glide, I put 100,000 miles on it in 7 short years, And then we went other directions. We went into the Jeep thing. We went into the hot rod thing. Then we went into the moving thing. And then I bought a Can-Am Spider, and I absolutely did not like that. And then we bought the Harley, and here I am coming up on year 2 with the Harley again. So, and oh, before my Road Glide, it was Kawasaki's for 20 some odd years, maybe more. A plethora of motorcycles. So, nope. Oh boy. Yeah. Kind of tough with only one person replying. Like I said, this is my first time doing this, so hopefully others will check in from time to time. I know Sick Bastard does the 9:30 coffee break. I figured I'd give the 2 p.m. one a 2 p.m. coffee break a shot because I have coffee every day at 2, part of my schedule. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to hot weather. I mean, people think I'm crazy when I say I enjoy the 90s, but I do. I enjoy 90-degree weather. Don't have to worry about being chilly or cold unless you get caught in a thunderstorm. Then you get cooled off for about 5 minutes and then you're freezing. It's a double-edged sword. Yeah. Me and my wife are up for a day trip soon. I don't know. We got to go find either barbecue or we got to go find Mexican. Yeah, I would love to be able to buy a sport bike, but I mean, I know my wrist, and I mean, I love to fly on these back roads. I absolutely love to fly on the back roads up here, and it would definitely get me in a whole lot of trouble with the popo. So I hear you on getting rid of that CB 750, and we're not getting any younger. That's for dang sure, and the reflexes slow down a little bit. Yeah, I believe my first street bike was an Italian bike. It was a Gilera 124cc. It had mashed potatoes for brains. It was a right hand shift, and I want to say it was a 3 speed. It was one down and two up. I want to say it was 3 speed. And then from there, I made the big jump. I got a 79 KZ 1000. Let me tell you something. Going from a right hand shift bike to a left hand shift bike. Wow. Talk about mistakes being made. Yeah. Yeah, drag pipes will do that to you. You'll get fire. It's fun. Yeah, well, if you're doing a lot of burnouts and a lot of smoke shows, they don't last very long. I mean, my street glide right now. I mean, I'm coming up on I think I'm coming up on 12,000 miles on that, and before I go up to Maine, I'm gonna have to put a rear tire on that. I'm not into doing burnouts and things like that because tires are too expensive, and so isn't the labor to get it done. I mean, if you think about it, two tires for a motorcycle nowadays is, you know, 700-800 bucks if you can find a cheap enough independent shop. Yeah, I hear that on not doing both, spinning a rear tire. My Ninja was like that when I graduated to my Ninja 1000R from my what was the previous bike for the Ninja, the GPZ 1100. I had a GPZ 1100. I sold that and I used that money to go and fund the Ninja 1000R. And the first time I rode that thing, I mean, second or third gear, spinning a tire, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't good." Oh, have to learn throttle management. I mean, that bike was cutting edge for the day back in 1980. Yeah, 85. Yeah, I bought that. I bought that the year my son was born. Yeah, yeah. First bike other than a dirt bike, it was the first bike I owned that actually had rim locks, bead locks on the tires, both front and rear tire. Yeah. Well, it all depends on the rider too. You know, all depends on the rider. I mean, when I had my Jeep, I went down trails people said I couldn't go down. I went down. All depends on the nut behind the wheel or the nut behind the handlebars. Empty that fast. Uh, 26 ounces of coffee doesn't last that long. Yeah, loosen up behind the bars is for sure. Every time I take my wife with me, I have to keep reminding me that she's back there because I'll do things that I shouldn't be doing with my wife on the back. I'll tell you though, there is no other person I would rather have on the back of my bike than my wife. I mean, she is so in tune with me. I mean, I'll glance in the mirror to check traffic, and before I can even hit the directional switch, she's pointing into the direction, letting cars behind me know that we're coming over. I mean, she's a gem. She doesn't wiggle or jiggle around. She just plants herself and she sits there. If she's got to move, she lets me know she has to move. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of funny. I did one wheelie with my wife on the back on my Ninja, and she said, "Don't do that again," and I didn't. Wheelies are bad for bikes. People don't realize it. It comes down. It puts a lot of force on the front end of the bike between the fork seals, the neck bearings, and everything else. It's really not good. Then street bikes ain't made to be doing wheelies. That's just my opinion. Everybody can do whatever you want with your bikes. Doesn't affect my pocket. Ugh, I hear that. Well, on my channel, on my channel thing, you can see a picture of the I kind of built along the lines of a drag bike, and that's in the head. I don't know how to drop a picture. I wish I could drop a picture. I don't know how to do that yet. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Wait, we got an up arrow. What's the up arrow? Up, up, share screen, send feedback, pop dashboard. Yeah, I wish I could drop a picture of the drag bike I built, and it was a Rolling Thunder frame out of Canada. I had Legend air suspension on it, and I think I was four over in the front, and it was a very stretched frame. It was a really long bike, and it had a 240 rear tire. It was really tricky. It had a 96-inch cubic. It had 96-inch SNS Evo motor. It was fast. It was very fast for a 96 cubic inch motor, and that bike was a lot of fun. Straight line fun. It didn't turn worth a crap because it sat so low to the ground. But man, it was a ton of fun in a straight line. That was just a one-up bike. There was no pillion seat on the back of that thing. Unless you want to call a piece of leather paper thin. No, that was terrible. And it was loud. I had this exhaust system on there. I'm trying to remember what it was. They were Samson street sweepers. These things were short and loud, and they were aimed right at the pavement. Hence the name street sweepers. And that tone of the engine just echoed right back at you. It was brutally loud. Everybody in my condo loved me whenever I started that thing up. But that bike had a lot of electrical problems. I could go anywhere, just could never come home. Once you shut it off, it would never restart. It was just a nightmare. Could never figure it out. I ran more ground wires on that bike than you could shake sticks at. It just would not. I could start it up. I could burn off an entire tank of gas, shut it off, and it wouldn't start. I can't tell you how many times people had to come rescue me. And then when I traded that bike in that I called the Beastie, I didn't trade it in. I sold it. And I forewarned the guy. I told the guy, I said, hey, you can go anywhere you want on this thing. I go, just don't ever shut it off because you won't get home. And he goes, oh, we'll figure it all out. And I go, I had me and, a couple of professional mechanics look at it, and nobody ever figured the damn thing out. I had that for 2 years, and we could never figure it out. And this guy figured it out. I think I talked to him years later, and I'm talking, many years later. And I said, what happened to that bike I sold? He goes, oh, I still got it. Runs like a champ. I goes, what was the electrical problem? He goes, oh, it had a bad tack. I wanted to kick myself in the butt. It had a bad tack, and that was the whole problem with it. Yeah, I see I got 3 viewers now. Hopefully somebody else will chime in, ask a question or 3. I am honestly surprised from my second attempt at this that I've actually gone 36 minutes already. I'm thrilled. Oh yeah, I've had that problem before too with coils getting hot and not letting the bike start. Hey John, how you doing? Thanks for time. Thanks for popping your head in. I really appreciate that. If I knew how to share a link on YouTube, I'd let one of you guys pop on, but I have no idea how to share a link. I'm still playing with this. Oh boy, where was I? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, bad coils. Yeah, I've had bad coils go bad in car. You could start them up. You could ride around for 2 hours and shut it off, and bam, done. Yes, I know from watching your videos, retired rider, that it's a big learning curve. I've had my GoPro camera now for a year, over a year, and that thing still gives me fits. I'll go out, I'll ride around, I'll narrate, I'll shut the camera off, I'll turn it back on 20 minutes later, and I'll narrate. In the first segment, absolutely no audio. The second audio is crystal clear, and it's like, why? Why are you doing this to me? And the second part of whatever I talk about is absolutely useless without the first part. And I see so many people running multiple cameras. I don't know how you do that. I have enough trouble with one camera. A voiceover. Ah, yeah, there's a whole nother problem. Yeah, I see a lot of YouTube channels all going to the what is it? The DG? Is it the DG cameras they're going to now? A lot of them, like Doodle, and I even think Traveling Tall and a couple of the other big channels went to I think it's the DG cameras and the DG microphones. Really? It's kind of funny. The very first video camera I bought, because I didn't know how it was going to work out, if anybody was going to view, if I was going to get any subscribers, and I really wasn't too worried about it, so I didn't spend a lot of money on it. I bought a $35 a Casio camera off of Amazon. $35, 4K no less. It came with a baggie full of goodies that, mount the camera anywhere. The only problem was takes a special type of microphone. It has a very weird microphone plug, and geez, I used that for quite a while. From I want to say quite a few videos until when I was coming home from Maine back in 2023, when it actually fell off my helmet. But it wasn't the camera that fell off; it was the stupid It was the stupid, what is it, the track form mount? All the glue loosened up on the 3M tape and it fell off. Luckily, I was able to catch it hanging by the microphone cord, and I just stuck it in my jacket until the next time I stopped. And then after that, I don't know what happened. My friend up in South Carolina, talked me into buying a GoPro. Yeah, no, the GoPro I'm using, the 8 with the medium mod, just has a regular 3 millimeter phone jack in it. I mean, I would love to get a wireless microphone, but my channel is tiny. I think I just broke 250 subs, and that's because Retired Rider and Sick Bastard and Motorvon just kept tagging me, and a bunch of people jumped on my channel, and I greatly appreciate all of that. Retired Rider, now my GoPro mount is actually JB welded onto my helmet, so it's not going to go anyplace. And it's like I said a few moments ago, I mean, I don't know what's up with the audio. Every now and then, the first segment I do, there's no audio, and then there is audio. So is what I do now is when I go out, I turn the camera on briefly, and I'll do test one two, test one two, and then I shut it off, and then I'll know after that my audio will be good. And it kind of stinks that I have to do that. And I honestly wish I could run the GoPro all the time, but man, even though I only record in 1080, which is the lowest setting I can go on the GoPro 8, battery only lasts 30 minutes, maybe 40 max. And I'm going to go out tomorrow morning for a ride. I heard the GoPro 10s had a lot of problems with them just shutting off randomly. Is that the problem you have with your GoPro 10? It just shuts off randomly? Like I was saying, I'm going to go out, take a ride tomorrow. I'm going to explore a couple of new roads. And I'm going to ride by a place that I saw on Google Maps. And I'm not going to stop in. I'm just going to ride by to check it out and probably take my wife up there for breakfast some morning. And then take her on some new roads I explore. See, is what I do is I take Google Maps and I highlight that little man and I drag him over the county, and I see all these roads light up and all these little tiny roads, and those are the ones that I go down. Well, that's good that you got that problem worked out there, Retired Rider. One of the things I noticed with the GoPro 8 is that it does tend to freeze. It doesn't overheat because I mean it's done this to me on a 60-degree day. It will just stop recording. And I mean I can't turn it off. I can't do anything to it. So I got to find a place to pull over. I have to pop the battery out for a minute, not even a minute. Just got to pop the battery out, plug it back in, and then everything works perfect again. Yeah, that's exactly right. Just pop the battery out and back in, and I mean, I know it's good. my camera's right here, and I mean, I have no idea how much juice is in the battery, so I should probably charge it up for tomorrow. And I'm also trying to keep my videos down to about under 10 minutes. I'm gonna have to charge that battery up because it's only got 50%. I don't want to kill it. I just wish I could pull the video without taking the camera out of the media mod. I mean, it's a pain in the butt. I mean, what can one do? How much do the the Insta360s cost? I've never even looked at those or even watched a review. Are they expensive? Yeah, I can look right here. I got Google at my fingertips. Boo, 500 bucks. Yeah. And that's Amazon's overall pick for the Insta360. Man, those things are brutally expensive. Yeah, they're real. Well, there's one for 250, but still, I didn't even pay that for my GoPro. Yeah, that's out of my league. That would be nice right there. Having a media mod where I can pop the battery out without removing it from the freaking camera, so it's on the opposite side. Yeah, that would be nice. A GoPro 12. GoPro 12 is 350. Yep, 350, and you can get one with a bundle and get a whole bunch of whole bunch of nonsense with it. Well, there's actually one for 284. So, but it doesn't come with anything. It just comes with the camera and a battery, and of course the necessary things to charge the battery. Yeah. So the cheapest I see on Amazon is 284 for a GoPro 12. Yep, that's the cheapest. So they really still haven't come down in price. They're still brutally expensive. I know the first media mod I bought from my GoPro 8, that thing didn't work at all. It wouldn't see the microphone or nothing. It was, oh man, let me tell you something. Talking to GoPro customer service, oh my word. You do this, do that, do this. Did you do this? Yes, I just did that. Can you do a factory reset? Again? It was a nightmare. Finally, I convinced them to send me a ticket so I could mail it back, and they sent me another one. And they didn't even send me a brand new one. They sent me a refurbished one, but at least it works. And I just thought of something. That's probably why the audio, I lose it all the time because it was a refurbished one. Yeah, Evil, it is a 360-degree camera, but you can actually, from what I understand, you can actually pick the view when you're doing the editing. I I do know there is a lot of editing involved with the 360 camera. I um, I watched who is it? Doodle. Do you watch Doodle? Doodle on a motorcycle. Anybody watch her? She uses Insta360s now, and she said there's a lot of editing involved in the 360, and I'm just not up for that. About the only editing I do is if somebody gets in my way and makes me swear, I kind of I'll chalk that out. Yeah. And that 360, you can get some pretty impressive views. I mean, you make it look like you've got a drone flying over your head going down the road, which is pretty cool. I've watched a lot of those videos of people using the 360 cameras, and some of the shots they get absolutely outstanding. Whew. Yeah, so I checked the tire pressure on the bike this morning. Tires pressure good. I know my oil is good. I checked the oil last week and I just did a short ride, so I don't have to worry about that. Tomorrow's ride's probably gonna be 120 plus miles, which would be nice. In fact, when I'm done here, I'm just gonna do a quick Google look. I'll have to subscribe to your channel if I haven't already. I'll have to subscribe to your channel, Evil, and take a look once you get it up and going. But when I'm done here with this live stream, I'm going to go on Google and do a quick look at the Google Maps where I want to go. My dog's talking. There's most likely a Tyrannosaurus Rex outside. He's barking at it. Yeah, I watch a lot of videos. I don't know. I I tend to watch a lot of videos. I get up very early in the morning and I watch videos while I'm having my first cup of coffee, and then when my cup of coffee is done, I jump on the elliptical machine for 40 minutes or so, and I do that every day, except Sunday. Sunday's my rest day. But I'll check out, like I said, I was going to check out Google Maps, make sure I go down the right road, because even though last week I had it mapped out, I turned too early and I found probably even a better road, which was beneficial to me in the long run. Because man, it was just like it was old Florida. It was big farms. It was desolate. It was phenomenal. It was one lane. I mean, it was a paved road, and I actually thought I was on somebody's driveway, and it was barely enough room. But me and a truck went. I had a truck coming towards me, and I mean, I barely had 2 feet of room on my road, and he had two tires in the gravel on the side of the road. It was a very narrow, old Florida road. I'm not sure if I got that in the video I posted last week either. I don't think the camera was running, and it just happened too fast for me to hit the start button. Because I've tried using the GoPro remote. GoPro remote don't even work. Period. GoPro remote. it doesn't work. It just won't connect to the camera. GoPro voice activated don't work. Maybe it probably doesn't understand my Boston accent. And yeah, so I just have the quick setting on the GoPro, just touch it and it goes, but the truck just come up really quick, even though he's going slow. I just didn't have time to reach up and turn the camera on. But we're coming up here on 55 minutes, and I think I'm going to let it go because there's a couple of things I want to do. I want to look at some Google Maps real quick, and then I gotta start thinking about what's for dinner in a couple of hours and get that all taken care of. And well, yeah, just general household nonsense. So I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this live stream now. Evil Rick and the other guys. Um, Retired Harley Rider. Thank you for checking in. What is that? Check with Road Realty. He uses a remote. Yeah, all right, I'll do that. But right now, I'm going to end this video. I got things I got to attend to. And peace and God bless everybody. Thank you for checking in. Everybody have a wonderful day.